Cannabis Licensing Authority is a statutorily constituted authority who holds the responsibility for developing a responsible, licensed cannabis industry. This industry only deals with 3 subject matters in relation to cannabis, which are the medical, scientific and therapeutic use of cannabis. Thus, any cannabis usage outside of that purview, the CLA does not have any jurisdiction over. We passed interim regulations. The regulations were interim because we knew that when we first did a set of regulations, we were going to have to go back to the drawing board in order to see what was going to happen in the industry and to make amendments. So we have passed the interim regulations and are currently in the process of amending those regulations. We engaged in stakeholder consultation throughout the island. We visited 13 out of 14 parishes, and we sought to get feedback from all of the stakeholders. We took all of that information and to see what can we do, what should we do, and then ultimately to make the decision what would we do. So the regulations are currently being amended in that form. There are 5 different types of applications: cultivating, processing, transport, retail, and research and development. And just so you know, we have a website which is cla.org.jm, which details all requirements in relation to all of these licenses. The cultivator's license is currently separated into 3 parts. One is under an acre, second is 1 to 5, and third is over 5. Processing, you're dealing with 2 types of facilities. One is under 200 square meters, the second is over 200 square meters. Transport is as it says. Retail, there are 3 different types of retail licenses. One is the pharmacy or dispensary. Second is what we consider to be the spa aspect of it, and something called a herb house. And finally, you have the research and development component, which is separated into 2. One is experimental, and the second one is analytical. An application is going to take a minimum of 6 months. We have to do our due diligence exercise, but that due diligence exercise involves reliance on other agencies. So you're going to PICA, FID, various police security agencies, in order to ensure that the participants in this industry pass the necessary fit and proper standards in order to partake in the industry. Once that fit and proper standard has been satisfied, we get to a stage where we have a review committee which determines whether or not a conditional license is given. We recognize that a person cannot put money into the ground in a circumstance where they don't know if they're going to get a license. So let's say a facility. Are you going to go ahead and build over a 200 square meter facility when you don't know if you're going to be able to pass fit and proper for us? No. So what that conditional license does is it says you have passed all of the background so that you may then go ahead and undertake your physical infrastructure requirements. Once all of that is done, we then have to undertake a physical inspection of the actual location. Once that physical inspection has then been passed, then at that point in time, you are able to go ahead and get a license by the CLA. Now, to date, there have only been conditional licenses that are issued. I think the number is 15. No final license has yet been granted. So far, the CLA, I believe, has done an amazing job in terms of ensuring that the participants in this industry are necessary to make sure that it is done in a safe and responsible manner.